I think it's on. Hey guys, don't mind the bedhead. Also don't mind like the strange background. I just realized my sheet was like coming off of my bed. Um, Today's an interesting day. Today is the 12th. Today Jupiter and Chiron are very tightly exactly conjunct in Aries, and I woke up definitely feeling that. I wanted to just share some things that are going on right now, and I've already been talking about it, but it's like, I do a lot of work for the collective and Gaia outside, obviously outside of YouTube. Um, and I talk about it sometimes. I don't always talk about it, but today's been an interesting day. So, just to kind of share with you, the last few days we've been in this. How do I want to say? We've been in this space of getting into this deeper place of connection with ourselves. We've been really in this, like, also like Chiron energy too, where we have been releasing and letting go. Sorry, there's like energy running through me. I just felt it in my voice. It was like, oh, it was like making my voice shaky. I've also been singing a lot today, and I was going to talk about that too. But anyway, where we are getting a lot more realization on our own victimization. I've been talking about this for quite a bit. I talked about in the weekly that is already on Patreon, but it'll be posted on Monday. Well, tomorrow. Today's Sunday. Um, that's been going on collectively, and so there is like a soul retrieval kind of experience that's happening here collectively with that, and there is this liberation that's happening with that, and we can all feel this really new energy that a lot of us are moving into, and it's really beautiful, it's really healing, it's really letting things go. And there's a lot of accountability being taken too, as far as how we victimize people, and even like practicing forgiveness of the victimization we've received in return. It's a vicious cycle, right? But it's like no more of those cycles have to exist with victimization, and it's really nice. Now, the last few days, the role that I've been playing in some of this like work that's been going on, um, cosmic womb is the word that actually came through today with my guides. It's been 3 days. Today's the third day. There's something too about like the number three that I think is really significant here, and maybe that'll come up later. And if it does, I'll let you guys know. Um, but I've been in this place of just like, yeah, being in like a very kind of quiet, meditative, present, like womb like space. And then today I was like, I woke up and I was like, oh, I really feel that. I really feel that Chiron energy. I really feel that really letting go. But it's like there's such a silence and stillness that they've been asking me to be in, and it's because there's a lot of energy work going on that I'm holding space for. um and there are other light workers and healers that are doing a lot of other things that's like very active too, and assisting with this process for the collective. And for me, I've been holding a lot of space for that. And then funnily enough, like my cycle actually started late. So my cycle usually starts on the full moon, and my cycle started late. It actually started like on the first day of this like part of the phase of this work. And then today I'm like, I just, I woke up and I went to do like my little morning like spiritual communion routine is like kind of what I call it. And they were like cosmic womb, cosmic womb, and I was like, oh, that's what I've been doing. It's like getting a little bit more of an understanding with that, right? And then Ho'oponopono came up, and I was like, oh, and it just instantly made me want to cry. And I was like, oh, I think the collective needs this today. So something I don't talk about, and it's something I'm still working on, is I've always been so, I mean, we're all connected to music. I think we're all very just naturally, innately connected to music because it is energy, it's vibration, right? And that's what we are. We are energy, we are vibration. Excuse me. Oh, Clydester, he's being so cute right now. For those guys who don't know, I have a cat, and he's being adorable, just sitting there by the camera, belly up. Anyway, and so with music, and so the last like year especially, certain instruments have made their way into my life. I've also started to channel like ancestral chants. That's been coming through a lot, and I've just been flowing with that, learning in that, letting that come through. One of the instruments that has come my way is the ukulele that came into my life about, I don't know, I don't time. Maybe 6 months ago, maybe 6 or 7 months ago. I don't totally remember. It was like summertime, I believe, memory serves. I don't even know where we're at. Are we in April? No, we're in March. That's weird. I really, for a second, I was like, no, we're like April 8th, aren't we? Timeline stuff. Anyway, so I have been learning the ukulele on and off. And then, you know, it's also been helping me to find like my voice. And when I say that, it's like, it's more so like the voice for chanting, for singing. It's like there's an ability there that's been unlocking for me that I've just been kind of working with, but I'm still finding it. It's like I'm still understanding it. And so I actually was going to sing and play the ukulele a little bit, and then I was like, doesn't I like I don't totally feel ready for that. I might do another recording. Excuse me. I might do another recording if it feels right, and I may put it on YouTube. I may put it on Patreon. I may not post it at all. But I mean, I have it right here. I have my ukulele right here. I had every intention of singing, but yeah, I'm starting to think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll go into flow with it. But today with Jupiter conjunct Chiron, today is a very special day where we can really get that bigger perspective on how we've been victimized, how we have victimized others, and really allow for that to be released and let go. This upcoming week is also continued energy of that. And so I think today is just kind of like a peak day of that and being aware of that, and then carrying it through to the next week and to the next like stages of work is just, that's also how it was coming to me. How Sarah was talking to me about this, like the phases of work. I've been using the word process, and I need to stop using that word, is what they told me. It's like phases of work, which I think is actually feels a lot better even as I say it out loud. So, Ho'oponopono. Why is this such a beautiful thing to come up during a time like this? For anybody who's not familiar with Ho'oponopono, it is a Hawaiian mantra, a Hawaiian mele, a Hawaiian prayer. And, I understand too that there's a lot of different variations of that like, kind of like the game of telephone, right? Things get kind of like twisted and skewed and like lost in translation along the way. So if you start to like research Ho'oponopono, you're gonna find different variations of it, different verses of it, different verbiage, different words, that sort of deal. And so just understand that Ho'oponopono, like the whole practice of it, the whole intention behind it is to create balance, is to make things right. That's how it translates. It's to live in balance, be in balance, practice in balance, and give and facilitate balance between you and the people around you. It's with all things. So it is also prayer that's often used for forgiveness. It's often used to let go, to find acceptance, to find peace in things, and also to like mend bridges with people, is like especially anybody that you consider family. But we are all family, aren't we? Right? So that's why it's such a beautiful prayer. It's also very simple too, and this is something that you can use in your own practices, in your own way, and, just repeatedly, really feel the intention behind it. Like when we're doing mantras, is also something I want to say too, we're not just repeating words. There's like a reason for those words, right? There's a reason we choose those words. And it should be intentional. You should be connecting with them. You should be feeling them. If you're just saying words to say words, it doesn't, it's like the whole point is kind of being missed, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say before I actually get into the mantra. Yes, one more thing. So with Ho'oponopono, because it is very simple, I do encourage, if you're utilizing it for like in a solo practice, like especially to let something very specific go, or to find forgiveness for something very specific, you can, I encourage you to add like a verse to it, or just like incorporate it into your own mantra, your own affirmation, just paying homage to the fact that it is a Ho'oponopono, right? In and of itself, it's its own thing. But, I think that actually can be really good practice. But anyway, Ho'oponopono, it literally translates to make right, to make right. It's like how it translates, they would say, kind of like anyway. But the way it goes, Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And I thank you. Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono. That's the entire mantra. Yeah, very simple, very easy. And like I said, you'll find different variations where people will insert grateful instead of thank you, or they'll like flip it around, or they'll add like whole other verses. Now I am not Hawaiian. I am not Hawaiian. I love Hawaiian prayers and melees, and there's something very beautiful about them. But I am by no means an expert on the the original verbiage, because I think it's also something that I think is going to be hard to just find unless you really have those roots in those like specific communities where it has been like passed down, right? Um, but that is Ho'oponopono. So if you're finding that you are in a place of sadness or just reflection, I encourage you to use this mantra. I encourage you to use this as an affirmation, to just facilitate the release and letting go. Especially also if anybody is angry at you or upset at you and you're not even aware, you could even set your intention for that, right? To like send that kind of energy towards them. So it's like, you know, to just make things right energetically, and to, you know, send that love and send that understanding. And it's like that, you know, I think most people don't mean any harm. I think that is most people's intentions. And I do think that the ego and distortion and programs can twist that and make it seem like people are very ill-intended, or it can actually, you know, cause ill intentions, right? But how do I want to say this? I feel like people can form ill intentions of other people based off of their own trauma, based off their own victimization. This is literally just a cycle of victimization. This is what it does. Um, it creates pain, it creates vengeance, it creates war, it creates conflict where it never needed to exist in the first place, right? It's like if everybody was just very open and honest about the things that are upsetting them or hurting them, and everybody received, right, that kind of healing information of, hey, this hurt me, or hey, I'm upset about this, and then heard the other person out, and there wasn't any ego involved. It was just, I am human, you're human, let's be human in this together. There'd be far less fighting in the world. Um, and between families. I don't know why family is like such a thing right now, but I guess that makes sense. Because the other thing I want to mention too is that Jupiter, as it's working with Chiron, it's also working with Vesta. They're actually all working together. And Vesta is a nice addition to that Jupiter-Chiron conjunction, because Vesta is about sacred mission, sacred flame, sacred soul is actually how that just came to me. Interesting. Um, the sacredness of honoring our souls, right, in the midst of all this victimization, right, and how we do need to like speak up and be honest about things that have hurt us or how we have hurt others, again, to make things right. Love it. But all of that is also square Pallas Athena in Cancer. Cancer is home, it is love, it is motherly energy, it's family, it is connection, it's empathy, right? And it's literally in Pallas Athena, which is like an asteroid that's about balance and making things right. So kind of all coming for a full circle there. Words. God, I'm so tempted to play. That's the other thing too. So, okay, so I will say this. I am still I'm still very much learning the ukulele. So it's like right now I've just been working on strumming. I know a few chords and that's about it. And it is not consistent at all. So it just sounds like random sounds right now. And then I just kind of enjoy that though. It's like I've just been enjoying not like playing a song accurately, just sort of making noise. Just creating sound and then letting words come out of me. So it's like I'm kind of singing and like enjoying it in my own way without it being like this particular pattern repeated with these particular chords. I've just been enjoying my ukulele is like really what it is. It's like, so I'm not gonna like play, but just to, you know, just to have fun with you guys. So it's like, you know, just enjoying the sound. And it is in tune. Just like I heard a couple of those last little like sounds, and I was like, oh, it sounds like it's not in tune, but it is in tune. And some of my favorite chords, right, like D minor. D minor is a little hard for me to still get down, just because I have very tiny hands and very short fingers. And it, you know, for anybody who's ever played guitar or like any kind of instrument like this, you guys know when you first start, it's like getting all the chords down and also transitioning chord to chord is like a thing. Oh, that was actually pretty decent for D minor. Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, D minor is one of my favorite chords, and that's actually one I was using. I was singing Ho'oponopono in my collective cosmic womb work. Kind of, I basically what I was doing was playing, chanting, singing, and letting that reverberate out to the collective. right? It's interesting too, because like now that I'm talking about it and just kind of being in this with you guys, there is a really beautiful motherly energy about it. To be held in that. See, I struggle. Every time I think I got it, it's like, oop, nope, not quite. So you gotta hold down so tight. There we go. That's a little better. But if yeah, something about it's still kind of like tweaked, but yeah, to just sit in that chord, that particular one, like D minor, A minor are my favorites, and probably because it's a Scorpio in me. But okay, I'm just switch to A minor. Yeah. Again, I love D minor. It's just a little harder to hold, but because they're kind of somber. And then especially when you start actually singing it, right? And it's like you're really feeling the intention behind those words. And then you're really feeling what it means and what it's doing to you. And so as I was just sitting in that place, like literally sitting in this space of like cosmic womb, they literally were just like, just be the cosmic womb. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna be the cosmic womb. And I could feel myself holding the collective. I'm just chilling. I'm acting like I'm on a live right now when I'm not really on a live. But just sort of sharing my experience of what it's like to do this kind of work with you guys. Because it's like, while I'm doing it for you guys, I'm really doing it with you, you know? Doing it with you, doing it with spirit, with God. To kind of sit in that space of feminine, right? Cosmic womb, to sit in that space of mother and hold the collective and just sit in that. C is like is kind of uplifting. Yeah, I just feel like there's so much soothing that needs to happen right now. Like soothing ourselves, soothing that version of us, soothing even like those timelines, right? Because it's also timeline work. Soothing those timelines into just like letting go, like how a mother would, right? Yeah, Ho'oponopono is really nice. I love Ho'oponopono. Like I said, it's been a little hard for me to sing it like consistently, and like I said, I'm still finding my voice. And so when I say I'm finding my voice, it's also what can my voice do, right? Like when I'm trying to find different tones or like singing from different places in my body. Like I haven't taken singing lessons like ever, right? So it's like this is just me kind of flowing and practicing like with myself. It's like singing from the belly versus singing from the chest, or you know, even like singing up here, and how do you change all of that? And everybody has their own song, and that's something else I've been realizing that I think is really beautiful. Like when we're talking, I mean, everybody has their own uniqueness, right? But even like when it comes to singing, like everybody has their unique way of how they would go about a song that fits with their soul. You know, it's like I could listen to 1,000 people sing Ho'oponopono their way, and they're all going to be different. They're all going to be unique. And so just finding how it fits and flows within me is what I've been working with all these chants. But to repeat the mantra, Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono. Remember, Ho'oponopono means to make right, to make right. To make right within, to make right without, to make right with me, to make right with you, to make right, is Ho'oponopono. 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 I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you, and I thank you. And you can even repeat that too if it feels right, right? Like, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you, and I thank you. Ho'oponopono, ho'oponopono, ho'oponopono. I also just realized I think I'm saying it kind of fast, so to break down that word a little slower, because you can see it in the title how it's spelled. Ho'oponopono, ho'oponopono. Just enjoy the strumming. I'm also like, I'm actually wanting to sing it. I don't know if you guys can tell. And I'm trying to find it. Go to D one more time. I feel like it's on the D minor. Feeling like maybe not today. I'm really struggling finding it. And even when I'm chanting, I do realize it takes me a while to like get into a place where I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. There's how it actually wants to flow through me. That's why I've just been chilling, like just letting it try to like naturally come through. But you have the mantra, so by all means, use the mantra. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day, a very healing day, and I hope you feel the love in that mantra. Okay? Alright guys, I'm gonna go. Many blessings, and I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Take care.